Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of the Kirby Canvas Curse playthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed the first video. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, we are currently in the process of working through Level 1, or World 1, Ready Land. And the next stage we have, stage number 3, is Ravine Road. So let's go ahead and get this started here. Now, one thing I will go ahead and say is you don't have to worry about any more medals in this world that are going to be blocked behind future progression. I believe they actually have it set so like every world has at least one medal that's blocked behind a gate of some kind. And even then, that kind of changes at a certain point regardless. So, thankfully, we don't have to worry about those pesky medals really interfering with our or those pesky gates anyway interfering with our progress. So the first medal for this stage is actually up there. And one thing you can definitely use to your advantage is if you look at the bottom screen, or the top screen rather, obviously you'll see a map, and whenever you see like a little like flashing diamond, you know that's going to end up being a star medal. So pay close attention to that. You can kind of see when a star medal is coming up. Also pay attention to specific copy abilities that might be in a room, because you never know when those might be required for a specific one as well. So just kind of, you know, be aware of your surroundings and make sure that you know what exactly is going on in each of the different levels. Okay, and that obviously won't necessarily matter for all star medals. Like, there'll be some medals that are like hidden behind like a hidden door that you can't see on the screen. So like you still have to be vigilant in that regard, but for the most part, the game is generally pretty generous when it comes to letting you know when exactly a star medal is going to be important or necessary or relevant in a stage. It does get kind of vague at times, but not like completely. So for this star medal, we do actually need a different copy ability, one we haven't seen yet. And this is actually going to be the first appearance of this copy ability. I may have mistakenly said that this... well, actually, I don't know. It kind of depends on when... I don't really remember when Amazing Mirror came out. I want to say it probably came out before this game, now that I really think about it. But basically, we have the missile power over here. And what the missile power does, as you might expect, is it turns Kirby into a missile. And what's cool about the missile is you can kind of direct it a little bit. Obviously, we don't need to right now because it's heading straight for where we want it to. But yeah, missile ability is pretty cool, not gonna lie. Actually, hold on. Okay, I kind of messed that up, but that's okay. We can kind of fix our progress here. There we go. So we'll use that, we'll get the medal, and then we'll be on our way. Now, it's kind of interesting. I feel like, at least when it comes to the copy ability enemies, they don't respawn like Kirby enemies normally do. Like, I feel like I've had that problem before, but again, it wouldn't make sense if that's the case. Like, why would this Kirby game be different? Like, obviously, maybe to make this game a little harder, I guess, but still, it just seems weird how in some cases enemies don't respawn. And it's always the case where, like, an enemy respawning would actually be helpful, too, so it's, again, kind of annoying that that's the case with this game at times. Trying to think of where exactly... I feel like the game would want us to go down right here. The problem is, I don't know if this is safe to do. Oh, it is. Hold on. What? Oh my god, that was close. I, like, barely got that, too. I got really, really lucky. Thankfully, we made it work. And that should be the last medal, so we should be good to go, as long as I'm not stupid. That's kind of the unfortunate part of copy abilities sometimes, is, you know, you want to do the normal touch dash, but then you end up not doing it because you have a power, and it's kind of obnoxious. So after you beat the third stage of each world, or once you beat all 3 stages of each world, you don't get the normal dash minigame. You actually get a boss minigame, and we have 3 choices here. We have a minigame against Kracko, we have a minigame against King Dedede, and we have a minigame against a classic fan-favorite Kirby boss character, Paint Roller, of Kirby's Adventure and Kirby's Avalanche fame. Let's go ahead and pick, I guess we'll just go from left to right, I guess. So let's go ahead and look at the info for Krako's minigame. So this is block attack, beat Krako. You bounce Kirby into blocks, beat all the foes to move on. So I guess the best way to explain this is it's kind of like Breakout, I guess. I guess Breakout would be the best way to explain what this game is like. But basically Kirby will turn kind of into a ball that will destroy blocks and enemies, and you just have to make sure that Kirby's you know, heading in the right direction while he's going through this. And again, the main goal, obviously, is to beat all the enemies, so that's what we're going to be aiming for. And you can also break blocks by, or at least crack blocks by touching them. But obviously you want Kirby himself to... Kirby actually needs to break them by touching them himself, so keep that in mind. Also, yeah, obviously avoid damaging things like spikes. Those are things you don't want to interact with. Although I shouldn't have to tell you that. You guys should know that spikes equals bad. How is that guy jumping on something when there is nothing below him? That's silly, game. That's silly. So yeah, I don't remember how many necessarily like stages are in this. I want to say it's only going to be like 5 or... I don't think it's as much as 10, so I don't think we have to worry about that. And yeah, that was a bomb, so obviously you want to steer clear of the explodey thing. Solid advice. Would use that advice again. I really don't like the way this controls, if I'm being perfectly honest. I'd almost rather just have like a breakout panel that you can just like move back and forth in like normal breakout games. It just the angle never seems like he'll go in the way you want him to. Or at least whenever I play this anyway. Maybe people with a better feel for this have better luck with this than I do, but this is honestly probably my least favorite of the 3 bonus games, if I'm being honest. So here we go. We have the, I guess, the mini-boss fight here against Mini Krako. Obviously, he's kind of blocking himself a little bit. You can also get, like, little power-ups as well by breaking some of these blocks. So, obviously, go for that whenever you can. But obviously, our main goal is to actually try to hit Krako in the eye, or I guess Mini Krako, which can be kind of hard to do sometimes. Okay, I think I got him there. I think that's 2 hits. I think I hit him once before, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe not. May not even be 3 either, I guess. There we go. Maybe it was. Maybe that was the 3rd hit. Okay, so there we go. We won. We beat our first boss. We do the Kirby dance. Everything is good. Everything is happy, just the way I like it. And with that, we can actually move on to the next stage. But before we do, I do want to take a very quick trip into... well, first, I guess we can also show off Rainbow Run as well. Just what that will entail. We can access level 2 now, but we're not going to do that just yet. So from the main menu, we get Rainbow Run. Now, what Rainbow Run is, it's basically a set of challenges involving the stages from the world you just beat. There are 2 types of challenges here. There is a time trial challenge, which basically you want to try to get to the goal as quickly as you can. And then you have the line trial, which is basically kind of a unique little test where you want to actually see if you can get to the end of a room using as little of your rainbow line as possible. We'll definitely be checking these out later on in the playthrough. I think I'm probably going to do this maybe after I complete the main game. And I haven't decided if I'm going to actually show all of these off yet, but I'm at least going to like wait at the very least till I get a certain unlockable before I do some of these, because there is something that makes these challenges, I think, a lot easier. You are capable of doing all of these with Kirby, but let's just say that there is something you can unlock that makes it just 10 times easier. So yeah, we'll take a look at Rainbow Run stuff later on. But the one thing I do want to check out now is we do have some medals now, so we're going to go to Medal Swap. And we're actually going to purchase something. We're going to go to, I believe it's 7 medals. And basically we touch this 7 times. We put medals into this little slots. And we unlock a life boost. So Kirby's vitality will be increased by 1. What is vitality, you ask? That is his life meter. So now instead of 4 health, Kirby has 5. I do recommend doing this, especially for Rainbow Run and other challenges of that nature later on, just because it will make those challenges a lot easier having more health. So just kind of keep that in mind. So yeah, we got that vitality boost. So let's go ahead and go back into the main game again. And we'll go ahead and do maybe 1 or 2 levels of this before we end this video. I think that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with level 2. So the first level we have in Arrange Gorge is Ghost Grounds. So let's see what we got here. So as you can see, the levels are getting, you know, definitely a lot different in terms of their graphical design. This is why I say this game is really, really good with its, like, you know, visuals and aesthetics and stuff. Again, they have some really, really neat looking set pieces. I'm honestly really impressed by some of the cool, like, different atmospheres you can see in this game. It is really, really refreshing. And, like, we already have, like, a spooky world, like, in level 2. Usually that's like a level 3 thing, I think. Well, I guess it varies. I say level 3 because I'm thinking of, like, Paper Mario when that was Chapter 3, but obviously not all games have to be Paper Mario, Slim. It may be your second favorite game of all time, but doesn't mean you have to hold every game to the same standard as it. Okay, so yeah, be careful with burning. Burning will break through rainbow lines, so obviously do not depend on that if you're trying to catch yourself with the burning ability. Okay, so here we have some bubbles. If Kirby gets trapped in a bubble, all you have to do is just tap the bubble to get out of it. Pretty self-explanatory. I believe, yeah, I think that's the door to the next room. So let's go ahead and go up a little further. Oh, thank God, I did not lose that. No, come on! Bull crap. You know what? That's okay though. That's okay if there's not another burning. It's not all bad because that'll allow me to show off a different feature, a feature that is actually pretty nice for this game. Especially if you run into little scenarios like that. But I'm not gonna go all the way back just to. Oh, wait, there's one right there. Never mind. Okay, so even though I didn't end up needing to show off what I was trying to talk about there, I can at least go ahead and mention it now at the very least. Basically, the one kind of cool thing about this game is if you get a star medal, no matter what, you have it. Even if you get like a game over or something, you get the medal no matter what. So we could like exit this course right now, and it will still save our progress and let us know that we do have that medal. So that's honestly a good feature. So that's like one thing you can do if you end up missing a level in a stage. You can just come back to the level, play it really quick, but not even have to finish the stage, which I think is really, really nice. Again, it just saves like a lot of time in the long run, and I just really, really like that when games do such a thing. It's like, hey, we know you earned this, do not worry about it. If you want to keep on playing, that is completely fine with us. And I honestly approve of that. And that also becomes helpful like later on too, when we actually backtrack for stuff too, because it means we don't have to play the entire level. All we have to do is just get back to where the gate was, and then just go from there. Okay, so I believe we need this. We need beam for what's coming up next here. Whenever you have a situation like that, my advice is just to spam touching Kirby. Just to assure that you get the hit in time. Oh shoot. Actually, I think we needed Spark. I hope we don't. I hope it's just a case where we just need just anything electric. Nope, we needed Spark. That's obnoxious. Let's see if we can actually take a death here. Again, I don't think we can because of the way enemy attacks work. And the fact that enemies don't respawn in this game. Sometimes. Okay, well there's another one. Okay, did the Waddle Dee come back? Oh, okay, it does. Again, it's like only certain enemies respawn, which is very, very weird. Maybe it's because I didn't actually kill them, I just, like, bumped into them, which knocked them out of existence. Maybe that's what... I have no idea. I wish I knew. We can actually go down here and I think maybe get... Yeah, we can get another Spark enemy right here, which is fine anyway. The Spark actually looks pretty freaking cool in this game, if I'm going to be honest. It's not just like a... You know, in other Kirby games, it just creates like a little bit of electric energy around Kirby, and he can, you know, basically hit enemies that are near him. And here, it's just like an upwards, like, lightning bolt, or like thunder from Pikachu's Smash Brothers moveset. It's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and get these stars. Still trying to be careful though, because I don't want to lose this right now. Although I will say that I'm not really a fan of when they try to have both Spark and Beam in the same game as it is. Because I feel like they're both, like, very similar, like, elements. So, like, why are there two separate abilities? Like, that just seems very unnecessary. They did the same thing in Kirby's Adventure, where they had, like, two different ice and two different, like... Was it ice? Like, they had two different fire ones, I know that much. Wasn't there, like, an ice and then also a chill or something as well? Yeah, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Wow, SlimKirby doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to Kirby games. I mean, that's the thing, like, I love Kirby games. Kirby is one of my favorite series, but it's not my all-time favorite series. That will always belong to Mario. Mario will always be my favorite series, but... I definitely love Kirby games. I've actually been on, like, quite a big Kirby kick as of late. Been playing a lot of Kirby games lately. Revisiting a lot of old Kirby games. Trying co-op in certain Kirby games out. It's been a lot of fun. I've been definitely on a pretty big Kirby kick as of late. And that's honestly another one of the reasons why I wanted to play this game again, because I also recently streamed the sequel of this game, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, on my stream channel. So, you know, I was obviously thinking, well, maybe I should do a Let's Play of this game just to get this game like off my future to-do list, so to speak. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun kind of going back through all these great Kirby games and playing them again, and even giving a game like this a shot, because I've admittedly never beaten this game until recently when I did my, you know, kind of practice playthrough, so it's kind of cool to finally have this game taken care of again. But yeah, as you can see, there was a gate in that level, so we will not be able to get the last star medal until later on. So we're going to go ahead and finish this up with a dash jump. And like I said, I might do one more level before we close out this video. Okay, not my best record, but we did make it pretty far, and we are going to get an extra life for that, so that's something. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next level, Growth Grasses. That's a very interesting name, not gonna lie. And see, like, even this level, like, it looks kind of similar to what, like, the first level looked like, but still, it's still a unique aesthetic to it, and it's Just really, really nice colors, really nice visuals. It's a pretty beautiful game. So these things right here, I think we've seen these like once or twice already, but whenever you land on these like green platforms, you obviously get stuck. In order to move, you just tap Kirby. He will bounce forward in whatever direction the arrows are pointing, and that's basically how that works. I see that door down there. That's actually a case where the game does kind of like at least like inform you that there is something there. Because if you look at the map on the top screen, you can kind of see there is like a faded out door there. But other times, they won't be that obvious with it. Sometimes there'll be a door, like, literally hidden from view. And you just have to kind of pay attention to what the surrounding environment looks like. So just kind of stuff you should probably keep in mind while playing through this game. Okay, boom. Boom, let's go ahead and get beam again. We have definitely been seeing a lot of beam. I feel like it is probably one of the most common abilities you'll see. That and burning, and I think wheel to a pretty decent extent as well. Okay, let's go over here so we can get this. Sometimes the medals are that easy, but there's some very, very difficult and annoying ones too. Like there's seriously ones that'll take like a lot of thinking and like knowledge of just the general game mechanics and movements and stuff, and you really have to kind of be on your toes in those scenarios. Okay, for these you can actually tap them. I don't think you can actually explode them though by doing that. It's just I think making them bigger so you can more easily take care of them. Okay, so another new gimmick right here. You see that kind of like faded area coming up. You can actually not draw lines in this. So, for example, if you want to actually be able to get those stars that are over there, this is what you're going to have to do. Let me get rid of beam so I can show this off. But you have to do something like that and just kind of hope you can tap dash your way through all that stuff like that. That's essentially what you need to do to get through sections like those. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Thankfully we have bubbles here to keep ourselves moving in the right direction. Hold on, get that star post just in case. I'm really trying to pay attention here to make sure I don't miss anything. Tornado? There we go. So yeah, with Tornado you can basically use this. If you keep tapping Kirby, he'll keep going upwards. That's basically how Tornado works. And there we go. That's it for Growth Grasses. So I think I am going to go ahead and end the video after this dash jump. So let's go ahead and get Kirby a nice old jump right here. That sucked! Yeah, sometimes you can have like little instances like that where instead of actually riding the line, Kirby will just kind of bounce into it instead. And as you can see, that didn't help us. It still gave us a 1-up because we were close enough, but not going to get much beyond that. So yeah, with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys next time when we finish up level 2 and kind of start working on World 3. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.